The Let Them Theory, the secret to peace and power. Introduction, the invisible struggle. Think about how much of your daily stress comes from people not doing what you want them to do. Your partner isn't helping enough around the house, your boss isn't recognizing your hard work, your friend didn't text you back, or your parents are still trying to control your life choices. We spend an incredible amount of our mental energy trying to course correct the people around us. We believe that if we just explain it better, push harder, or worry more, we can change the outcome. But all we really do is burn ourselves out, while the other person stays exactly the same. Today, we are diving deep into a mindset shift that has taken the world by storm. It is a concept popularized by world-renowned motivational speaker and author Mel Robbins. It's called the Let Them Theory. This isn't just a catchy phrase for a social media post, it is a profound psychological tool. It is a philosophy of detachment that doesn't mean you stop caring, it means you stop controlling. Over the next several minutes, we are going to explore why this simple two-word phrase is the key to reclaiming your peace of mind, improving your relationships, and finally focusing on the only thing you can actually control, you. If you've been feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, or let down by the people in your life, stay tuned. This theory is about to change everything. Chapter 1. The Illusion of Control. Mel Robbins often shares that she spent a large portion of her life as a highly functioning worrier. She felt that if she wasn't constantly monitoring everyone's behavior, everything would fall apart. The Let Them theory was born from a realization that our desire to control others is actually a defense mechanism. We try to control others to avoid feeling out of control ourselves. We think that if we can get our friend to stop dating that bad guy or get our coworker to be more organized, we will feel better. But here is the hard truth. You cannot control other people's choices. And more importantly, when you try to, you are actually preventing them from showing you who they truly are. When you use the Let Them theory, you drop the tug-of-war rope. You stop trying to force people to meet your expectations. You step back and you say, let them. Let them be late. Let them choose a different restaurant. Let them be wrong about you. Let them fail. The moment you let them, the weight of the world drops off your shoulders. Chapter 2. The 3 pillars of Let Them. To truly master this theory, you have to understand the 3 different scenarios where let them is your greatest superpower. Pillar 1. Let them be themselves. How often do you get upset because someone isn't acting the way you think they should? Mel Robbins points out that we often have an instruction manual for the people in our lives. We have a manual for how our spouse should act on our anniversary or how our siblings should behave at dinner. When they don't follow our manual, we get hurt. But the manual is yours, not theirs. When you let them be themselves, you stop being the director of a play where the actors haven't read the script. You finally see the person for who they really are, not who you want them to be. This is where real relationship clarity begins. Pillar 2. Let them experience the consequences. This is the hardest one, especially for parents and partners. We see someone we love heading toward a mistake and we try to jump in and save them. We overfunction. We fix, we apologize for them, and we carry their load. By not letting them, you are stealing their growth. People only change when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of changing. If you are always there to soften the blow, they never feel the pain and they never learn. Letting them experience the natural consequences of their actions is actually an act of respect and love. Pillar 3. Let them have their own opinion. This is the ultimate test of self-esteem. We spend so much time trying to correct people's opinions of us. If someone thinks you're too much or not enough or unqualified, your instinct is to argue, to prove them wrong, or to win them over. Let them says, let them be wrong about me. I don't need their permission to know my value. When you stop needing to be understood by everyone, you become truly free. Chapter 3. Why this is not giving up. A common misconception is that let them means being a doormat. People think, if I just let them treat me poorly, isn't that bad for me? Mel Robbins is very clear on this. Let them is about information gathering, not about staying in a bad situation. When you let them do whatever they are going to do, they are giving you a data point. They are showing you their character. If you let them forget your birthday, they have shown you where you sit on their priority list. If you let them underdeliver at work, they have shown you their level of professional integrity. Once you have that information, then you decide what you are going to do. You don't yell them to change, you change your boundaries. You don't beg them to care, you walk away. Let them gives you the clarity to make better decisions for your own life, because you aren't blinded by the fog of trying to change them.
Chapter 4. The Anxiety of Letting Go. When you first start practicing let them, you might feel a surge of anxiety. This is normal. Your brain is used to being hypervigilant. It feels like if you don't worry, the car will go off the road. But think about it this way. Has your worrying ever actually stopped someone from being a jerk? Has your nagging ever actually turned a lazy person into a hard worker? Probably not. It just made you miserable. The anxiety you feel when you let them is actually the feeling of your nervous system resetting. It's the feeling of returning to your own business. Byron Katie, another great philosopher, says there are only 3 kinds of business in the world: my business, your business, and God's business. When you are worried about someone else's choices, you are in their business. When you are worried about the weather or the future, you are in God's business. Let them forces you back into your business, the only place where you have any power. Chapter 6. Let them in your professional life. In the workplace, the let them theory is a game changer for avoiding burnout. How many meetings have you sat in frustrated because your colleagues aren't as prepared as you? How many times have you stayed late to fix a mistake that wasn't yours? Try this instead. Let them be unprepared. Let the project hit a snag because someone else didn't do their part. This sounds scary, but it's the only way to expose the gaps in a system. When you overfunction to cover for others, you are the one who burns out, while the management thinks everything is fine. When you let them, you allow the reality of the situation to be seen. You protect your energy, and you focus on delivering your best work. Chapter 6. The Peace of Self-Validation. The let them theory eventually leads to a powerful realization. You don't need anyone else to validate your reality. If a friend excludes you from a group outing, your old self might have spent the weekend wondering why. What did I do? Why don't they like me? Should I call them? The let them self says, they chose not to invite me. Let them. By doing this, you are saying that your peace is more important than their inclusion. You are validating your own worth. You aren't letting their behavior dictate your mood. This is the definition of emotional maturity. You are no longer an emotional puppet whose strings are pulled by the whims of others. Chapter 7. Practice makes permanent. This theory is a muscle. You won't be perfect at it on day 1. You will find yourself halfway through a lecture to your teenager or a heated text to an ex before you realize, wait, I'm not letting them. That's okay. Just catch yourself. Take a breath. Put the phone down. Say the words out loud. Let them. As you practice this, you will notice something miraculous. Not only do you feel calmer, but the people around you often start to change on their own. When you remove the pressure and the control, you create space for them to step up. And if they don't, at least you aren't exhausted from trying to make them. Chapter 8. The Ultimate Freedom. At its core, the let them theory is about choosing your own life. When you stop obsessing over what everyone else is doing, you suddenly have a massive amount of free time and mental energy. What could you do with that energy? You could start that hobby you've put off. You could focus on your own health. You could deepen the relationships with people who do choose you and do meet your expectations without being forced. The let them theory is the bridge between the life you have and the life you want. It is the end of the struggle and the beginning of the flow. Conclusion. Take back your power. Mel Robbins has given us a tool that is deceptively simple but life-alteringly powerful. Let them is an invitation to come home to yourself. It is a reminder that you are not the manager of the universe. You are only the manager of your own mind and your own actions. As we wrap up this deep dive, I want to challenge you. Think of one situation right now that is causing you stress, one person who is disappointing you, or one event that isn't going your way. Visualize that situation. Take a deep breath and say it. Let them. Feel the release, feel the freedom, and start living your life on your terms, starting today. Detachment isn't about being cold, it's about being whole. When you let go of the need to control others, you finally gain control of yourself, and that truly is the greatest success of all. Outro. Thank you for joining us for this exploration of Mel Robbins' Let Them theory. We hope this message has provided you with the perspective and peace you need to move forward with confidence. The journey to self-mastery is long, but it becomes much easier when you stop carrying everyone else's baggage. If you like content like this, deep dives into the mindsets and theories that can help you live a better, more empowered life, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us grow and continue to share these transformative ideas with the world. Thank you for listening, and remember, your peace is your power. Let them, and then you go be you. Thank you.